Hello, beloved friends. It's 12:12 and time for Awareness Moments with Kyra. And I'm coming to you from Bolivar Island with the ocean and the beach in the background. I don't know if you probably can't hear it from here, but the sound of the waves are behind me. And I wanted to share the beauty and the comfort of those rolling waves today as I am in this beautiful place and experiencing walking on the beach and the wonder of it. I woke up with a message this morning, and the message is about our awareness of focused effort. It's interesting that, of course, as I'm trying to take time away and enjoy the ocean here, is that also to recognize what is it to bring focused effort into our spiritual practice, into our awareness of how we live into and from awareness. And so in this, what I was being shown about that was back to, remember the movie Karate Kid? And in that, how the master is having him wax on and wax off and wax on and wax off and continue to do these same movements. And as soon as he thinks he's been done with that project and how intense it was, and then he has him doing the painting and painting this way and painting that way and continuing these amazing movements. And it was about the focused effort. And he was wondering, what does this have to do with learning karate, right? And yet what was really happening was the focused effort to practice those kind of movements that would open the space in which he could go into the zone to live out that kind of experience with the karate that was not about learning the methodology of karate. Yes, and same with awareness. It's not always about the methodology itself. You can use any number of methods of meditation, concentration, of focusing your energy, but putting consistent effort into what it is that you are opening to. That awareness is something that you're consciously choosing and putting consistent effort into. That focused effort, that when we learn to focus our consciousness into an inner awareness, rather than focusing on the outer, because there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of ways to not learn that practice of moving our mind again and again and again into that inner space where we open to an expanded consciousness, where we open to awareness itself. And so to me, I love that movie, number one, for many, many reasons. I think probably some of you do as well. And by the way, nice to see you here, Allison LaMarche-Fox and Mike Brentari and Ricky Buffington and any others that join us along the way. Glad to have you here at the beach with me. And we are hi, Brandon Jarvis. So great to see you on here. And as we open ourselves to the awareness that is within us, and we start to put that focused effort into turning within, opening to what is happening at a greater consciousness within us, rather than the story of the world or the story of the mind. That as we do that, welcome Misty, as we begin to practice with that focused effort, we begin to notice that we become quicker and quicker at slipping into that space between thoughts, at that ability to move into that zone where suddenly we're not efforting at all. See, that's the beauty of it, is that yes, it may take effort on that front end. But as we move beyond the efforting, because we've so practiced that we literally have a body memory, we have an ability to have a consciousness memory that just whoosh, takes us into that space in the moment that we choose it. The moment I choose awareness, I have become practiced in it because I did the effort to focus my energy and my awareness when it wanted to wander, when it wanted to go to old belief systems, when it had patterns of response. And instead, I've learned to go, let's step beyond those right now. What's another thing I can know? How do I slip into this space? How do I wax on and wax off like Karate Kid? And then at the moment when it's called upon, and you remember the dance, the movement with his legs where the swan movement, it was so beautiful. And in the moment when he needed to be able to express, here he was, it automatically happened within him, and he had the skill and he had the ability because of the focused effort that he had put in these other ways that didn't really look like he was working towards the outcome that he was seeking. How many of us find that we don't have to work towards that outcome? We are just moving ourselves continually in this wave of consciousness to become aware of what is this greater spaciousness that is informing us, and it is allowing the divine light of truth, the consciousness of healing and wholeness and oneness, to be that which is I guess, is the awareness that we're all seeking, right? We're seeking to no longer be buffeted by the winds of the world. And so I want to just invite us, as we focus our energies, where are the efforts that you're putting in? Where are you focusing your energy? Where are you focusing your thoughts? Where are you focusing the feelings within you that are the creative power of this universe? Are we utilizing those? And so as they begin to waver in a moment, we bring them back to center. It becomes a constant practice. This morning, I had the news of one of our beloved friends, Mary Cole Gallegos, making her transition overnight. At 4 a.m., she flew free. She was a spirit who had so much light within her. And every time you would ask her, "How are you today, Mary?" she would say, "Oh, I'm flourishing. I'm flourishing." When I first came to the ministry, 7 years ago, is that it was within, I think, a year or so, I was going off to India for a trip, or maybe it was 2 years, and she was already almost 80, and she's like, "I want to go." I was going to India for a oneness experience and awakening, and she's like, "I want to do that." She was constantly practicing focused effort and her willingness to be in that. She was one of the most awakened beings I know. She just lived from that sacred space because she'd practiced for years. Even when she and Gilbert got married this last year or two ago, and in that process, they would study every day. They would read books together. They would effort focusing their energy on living from the light and the lightness of being and expanding their awareness and their consciousness. It's beautiful. She truly is an inspiration in her life, and in this now new free experience, I know that she is eternally flourishing. And she's taught us by her life and her example how to be a living presence for that focused effort. And so I want to invite each of you, where are you willing to put focused effort into being the greatest expansive awareness, or bringing forth that which is peace and calm? You know, the waves on the shore out here, they don't just come forward some of the time. They're moving constantly, sometimes gently, sometimes they're crashing, sometimes, they've got this wild abandon in them, but those waves are continual. And I think the nature of the world is that it can call us in so many different directions that we lose our focus. So I invite you today to stay with your focused effort. What do you want to experience? What's the realization of a greater consciousness that you're seeking? I trust that whatever efforts, the fact that you're watching this is having focused effort. And I celebrate you, and I celebrate the efforts that you put into your life to live a different reality. One that's not based upon fear, but one that is aligned with the truth of your being. One that is freeing you from the bondage of old belief systems and thoughts. Oh, I see some more of you on here. Cammie and Charlotte and Kimberly and Wendy and Christiana and Jackie and Chris. And so I just want to say thank you, because you are people, each one of you, I know you as someone who puts focused effort into your life and into consciousness. And as we do that together, we are like the waves we are transformed by the shore, but the shore is transformed by us. And we are constantly in that relationship to all of life, moving us. And that focused effort will bring the result when the moment we need it most, when that fear starts to take hold, when some other experience, then we, like Karate Kid, then suddenly we understand that every bit of our effort was exactly what was needed at the moment. Everything we've experienced has brought us to this now, but we continue to apply focused effort to keep us in that place of awareness, to live from a higher consciousness. I am so honored to be in the presence of each one of you, and I celebrate the focused efforts of your lives and how you are transforming the consciousness of our planet because of who you are. Thank you, God, and may the awareness moments live inside of you and bringing that peace and harmony and that experience of exactly what your desired outcome is. God bless you, friends. And love from the ocean and the beach and the sun, the sky and the land and all the elements of the earth that are in harmony with us. I love you. Have a blessed, awesome day. Bye-bye.